That's right, we're back with another basketball video. I made one and the response was pretty overwhelmingly positive, so I figured might as well just make some more, see if people enjoy them. Just so you guys know, obviously I'm not as big of a basketball guy as I am a football guy, but I do have a pretty good understanding of the game. I am still a big basketball fan, so hopefully, if you're a casual fan, I can show you some things that you maybe didn't notice in real time, and if you're a huge basketball fan, you won't think I'm an idiot. That's basically what I'm going for. So, basically, let's just jump into it. LeBron had an unbelievable game, and so I figured let's break that down. First things first, what you're going to see right there is that there's going to be an off-ball pick, but it's not really working out the way that the Lakers were going to hope it was going to work out. You see, basically, McGee is trying to set a pick for Bradley off the ball, but it's just not working out too well. The Pelicans defender is going to be able to make sure that he doesn't allow too much separation. But for Los Angeles, they don't panic. Bradley, he gets the ball, gets it right back to LeBron. He realizes there isn't much separation. They say, okay, let's get the ball right back to LeBron. Let's try from our next point. Because the Lakers know what to do in every situation. They know that if something doesn't work out, it's okay, don't panic, let's just continue with the rules of this play. They have something to do in every situation, so the first off-ball screen doesn't work out, well, that's totally fine. Now what they're going to do is, McGee is going to set a pick, and then it's going to be a pick and roll, so he's going to crash towards the basket, and LeBron is going to run in that direction, so hopefully he can get some space, but if not, maybe McGee could be open. But after that play, as you see, LeBron easily gets around his assigned defender, so this is already a good play right here. The one problem is that, okay, now you have a defender who is stunting, so it's not quite going to be an easy shot to the layup. Granted, I mean, LeBron's someone who he can easily get a layup, even if it's a difficult situation for most guys, but this isn't exactly a great scenario, but it is a pretty good scenario. Maybe he could try to pass it to McGee, you know, continue running a little bit, get the center to move out of his area, then you can get it to McGee, try to get a basket that way. But what LeBron notices, and it's crazy that he notices this so quickly, but he notices what's going on right over there. Brandon Ingram has moved in a little bit, which he probably shouldn't be doing. I mean, you're not really going to do much from that area. You probably should be a little bit further back, but because he is further in, this now means that Danny Green is going to be wide open in the corner. Because of that, LeBron realizes this, makes a great pass, hits Danny Green, and they're able to hit a three just like that. That was on the opening possession, and they were able to take the lead just like that. There was also this play early on where what's going to happen is that first there's a turnover, so now you have a bit of a fast break right here. There is someone on LeBron, so there's several things to look at. Obviously, there's somebody on him, and if you look at Brandon Ingram and Danny Green right over there, again, this is the kind of situation where Ingram has a bit of a dilemma here. It's going to be very difficult if he leaves Lonzo Ball to try to just guard LeBron one-on-one in this situation, but at the same time, you would like to cover up Danny Green. So it's a dilemma by Ingram. He is going to decide that he is going to not allow LeBron to beat him. But what's really interesting about this play is actually what's going on further behind. It's Zion right there. Zion is taking his time, basically. Zion is not hustling back, and so for the Lakers, they're going to take advantage of this, especially just a few minutes into the game, somebody's already not hustling back. That's a good situation for you. But what I like about this play is look at how long LeBron waits till he makes this pass. It's until he's at about the free throw line that he finally makes the pass, which doesn't allow Ingram to then get off and try to make sure that he guards Green from there. He has to wait as long as possible because he doesn't want LeBron to beat him. Just good patience by LeBron. It would have been very tempting to see the open man and hit him right away, but if he did that, Ingram could have easily then ran over and guarded Danny Green, and that shot just wouldn't have been as open. In fairness, Bradley was also open on the other side of the court, so maybe they would have found a way to hit him, but still, very good play from LeBron, I thought. One of the real ways LeBron was able to rack up so many points was just by posting up. He had a great night posting up. That was one of the things that he was able to be very successful at. I actually thought Jrue Holiday didn't even do a terrible job at playing defense, but LeBron was just that much better. Like, take a look at this one, for example. So Bradley gets the ball to LeBron, and LeBron's going to try to go to the inside, but what I like about Holiday and what he's doing right here is notice how he puts his left leg so far out. He's putting his left leg just as far out as LeBron is trying to move in that direction. So for LeBron, there's nowhere for him to go right here. if he tries to continue going to the inside, well, now there's no space. He's going to be underneath the backboard, and he might even step out of bounds. But he also is going to have a hard time getting to his left or our right from where we're seeing it, because then Holiday can much easier move over in that direction because, again, his plant leg is far out, but he can easily move further to the right, whereas LeBron's going to have a much more difficult time because both his legs are further in that direction. So LeBron says, okay, fine, good job, I'll pass it back, and then, hey, get me the ball back. We're going to now try it from back here. And now, this seems like it's a situation where you wouldn't want to be if you're LeBron, you know? You're much further back. This is not a great post-up spot. Ideally, you would like to be just right by the box. He is not right here. He is much further deep. But watch what LeBron does to counteract that. It's a very subtle move, but he's just going to step his right leg very far out. Watch how he does that. The reason why he's doing this is now for Holiday, he has to shift. He can't stay where he was. He has to move his legs, and there's going to be a slight second where he's off balance, and that's all LeBron needs. He gets Holiday moving. He's able to make a couple of moves back and forth. Holiday has to shift back and forth trying to guard him, but he isn't able to do it. LeBron's able to get the inside and get to the basket. Just that one small thing to get Holiday's feet moving was all he needed, because then he could make some moves and get Holiday's feet moving even more. So really just a very subtle thing, but that's how he was able to beat Holiday on that play. We also saw this one where, again, very far back right here, but what's really interesting is that you're going to see LeBron take a step back. And again, it's like, okay, you take a step back, there's only 4 seconds left. Guys are going to kind of have it in their head that when there's this little amount of time on the shot clock, someone's just going to try to take a fade away, try to make sure that you at least don't lose the possession, get a bad shot off, you know, even a 10% chance of going in. You do that 10 times, you get one more basket in the game, so it's still worth it. Guys kind of have that in their head. But LeBron's not going to do that. He's instead going to try to break to the inside, get to the basket that way. But what's amazing about this play is watch how quickly he pulls this off. Watch how he just so quickly gets to the inside and is able to get to the basket. Just that explosiveness from a complete stop to getting by Holiday before he even realizes what's going on. And, you know, that's why he's the king, because he can do that. It's superhuman, honestly. While I would love to simply talk about the positives of the Lakers, one of the real ways that LeBron was able to put up so many points and the Lakers were able to win this game was simply because the Pelicans just had a complete lack of understanding how to guard a pick and roll. They really struggled with it, and the Lakers absolutely took advantage all game long. Like, on this play, what's going to happen is that McGee is going to have a pick and roll, so, you know, he's currently picking Zion, but he is then going to roll down just underneath the basket. And you see Zion, he fights to pick a little bit, but then he just plays way too far off. And quite frankly, I mean, this has less to do with the pick and roll. I'm going to get into that a little bit more later. This is more just Zion being a young kid trying to guard LeBron, and that's not going to go over very well. I mean, this is a situation that the Pelicans wanted to avoid, and they're not very happy to have it in this situation right now. As you see Zion right now, he's just way too far off at this point. Although, again, it's hard to blame him, because if he tried to play a lot tighter, well, LeBron would easily run around him and get to the basket that way, or at least get a pass. Somebody would have to come off their own matchup and get somebody wide open. So, Zion was in a tough spot here, but it makes for an easy LeBron 3 right here. And again, that's just a situation that you want to avoid if you're the Pelicans, having Zion be one-on-one on LeBron. But as I said, the pick and rolls are honestly just picks in general. I mean, they were working all game for the Lakers. Like, on this one, there's going to be a pick right there on Ingram. Ingram wants to be guarding LeBron. That's the way that the Pelicans want to have this happen here. JJ Redick is a great shooter. He's not exactly the guy you want to be guarding LeBron right here. So what's going to happen is that basically Ingram is going to try to fight through this pick, because there is time left, so that way he can make sure that he's the one who is guarding LeBron. And Redick is expecting him to try to fight through this pick. But the problem is that he does not fight through the pick very well at all, and at this point, nobody is guarding LeBron. And again, you need to sort of get on the same page here. You can't let these kind of things happen, because now LeBron is just completely wide open for a 3. He is going to hit this 3. And for New Orleans, they were making these mistakes all game long, it seemed, where one guy was trying to fight through a pick while the other guy didn't make a switch, or, you know, someone thought there was going to be a switch, but then it turned out there wasn't a switch. They just weren't on the same page, and it really did show. Like on this one, Alex Caruso is going to go for a pick and roll. So again, pretty similar idea. For the Pelicans, they should know what to do in this situation. They should know if they're going to switch or if they're going to try to fight through the pick. But as you see, Josh Hart ends up trying to fight through the pick, whereas Lonzo Ball goes for a switch right now. So now there's 2 guys on LeBron and nobody on Caruso. This is just too easy of a play for LeBron to make. He's able to throw it to Caruso, and they get an easy 2 just like that. This one was another example of just not a great play, where you see that Jrue Holiday and Danny Green are hugging right now, and so obviously there's a pick there. And so this makes sense. I mean, Ingram should be the one who's now just going to be covering LeBron right here. You just do the switch right now, and it's not even a terrible defensive switch. They've had Ingram on LeBron throughout parts of this game before, so it's not a terrible thing for the Pelicans. Just go for the switch right here. But again, Holiday tries to fight through it, and at this point, this is just a lack of understanding where you are on the court, a lack of understanding what's going on, because clearly Ingram was in position to make sure that he could be the guy who's guarding LeBron. But because they failed to pick this up, this is going to leave Danny Green completely wide open. In fairness to Ingram, he actually does a pretty good job of trying to fight to get back. He prevents the 3, but gives up a wide open 2. So that one wasn't really Ingram's fault. To me, that was Holiday's fault. These are the kind of things that just when we're past the All-Star break, you should know how your teammates operate. You should know when your teammates decide to fight through the pick and roll, when your teammates decide to not fight through a pick, but instead just switch, and they weren't on the same page. But again, this isn't me trying to take away from what the Lakers were able to do. It's kind of the opposite. The Lakers did such a great job of just taking advantage of every mistake the Pelicans made. So, well, yes, there were plenty of mistakes the Pelicans made. The Pelicans make these kind of mistakes all the time. I mean, teams just in general do. But the Lakers, when you're playing a team like that, when you're playing a guy like LeBron, you can't make those kind of mistakes or he will put up 40 points on you. If you watch my football breakdowns, you know I always say the best players find a way to take advantage of the opportunities given to them, and nobody does that better than LeBron, and he showed it on this game, I thought. One more play, it's going to be Anthony Davis is going to set up a pick for LeBron. He's going to crash in around, and then Zion is going to actually end up being the guy who has to guard LeBron here, which, as we know, that tends to not work out too well, and you're going to see it really not work out too well on this play. Zion's going to kind of just jump randomly. I mean, no real reason why you do that. LeBron's obviously not going to go for a floater right there, so stay back, try to stunt, try to at least contest that, maybe take a charge. Maybe you just didn't want to. There's 3 minutes left, and it's an 8-point game. But, I think there's plenty of time to come back. I would have rather seen him play a little bit better defense. Again, I bashed Zion a little bit. I love Zion. I think Zion is great. I think especially offensively. He had a bit of a rough go at it on defense, I thought. But that's really neither here nor there. I think that LeBron's just the kind of guy where he makes you look silly sometimes. Could Zion have played that one better? Sure. But also, I mean, who am I to sit here and say, hey, you should have done a better job guarding LeBron, because nobody can guard LeBron. He's unguardable. That's why he's the king, why he's been doing this for so long now, and that's why the Lakers have a real shot to win the NBA championship. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. LeBron's obviously one of the most fun guys to watch, so hard to not enjoy a video about LeBron, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.